At the beginning of the year, the jury was out on Facebook, but some of the believers, like Scott Riddler of T3, liked it for his 2013 thesis. Jim Cramer, he bought some on his Action Alerts Plus portfolio. Fast forward to August, and the stock has climbed. It's back to its IPO prices. Who would have thought? So, Scott, let's talk about what you're seeing in the stock and where you think it can go from here. Is it going to go back down and revisit lower levels or go higher?
Well, to start the year, we put it in the thesis because we thought it had the potential. If they could monetize search, if they could put out some new initiatives, it could get exciting. But obviously, you had that botched IPO, so there was going to be a lot of overhead resistance. So what you want to do is you want to have a plan and then let the market confirm it. So if you take a look at the chart of Facebook, the longer term chart, you will see, see that descending channel there where it pulled in from 32 all the way down to finally where it got going. During that channel, it had a lot of false starts where, if you remember, we were on with Jim probably right around 27, 28 when they didn't like that last quarter and it continued lower. But ultimately, look at that couple handle pattern. It doesn't get much more obvious than that, where you have the cup, which is the depth, you have the handle, it ignited, the measured move is like 44, and ultimately it's been acting very well since that report.
All right, well, as you mentioned, there was a lot of talk about their mobile business, their ad sales, and the market was very pleased with what it's seen out of Facebook as far as its increase in mobile usage and its increase on the ad sales. So the question is again, here we are at this high 30 mark. Are we going to jump back down if that quarter isn't good?
Well, think about the markets. In August, I think the S&P is down 2.5%. So after the sizable move we saw from earnings, you would have expected it could have pulled in. So we wanted to look at what type of pull-in we would have. So if you look at the second chart, you take a micro view there, you will see, look at the, the gap up after earnings, it ignited again, peaked out around 39.30, pulled in, and the last 3 days the market pulled in, Facebook was stronger. So ultimately, I think you could still accumulate it as long as it stays above 36. If it gets above 39.40, I do think we're going to see 40 plus come the fourth quarter, especially if the market finds its footing.
Any worry on that little bit of that chart where you see the highs getting lower?
Well, at this point, it's really consolidating. I would have...
See that part right there where the highs are getting lower?
Yes, well, you see a peak at around 39.30, and then you have yesterday's high, which we're already above on the Janney upgrade. I think we're already, above that little peak. So until we take out 39.30, do you have confirmation that we're going to see 40 plus? No, but I do think you could accumulate it versus that recent low, which comes in somewhere around 36. So I think at this point, it had a chance to pull in. It didn't. It's showing its true leadership in the face of a softer overall market, and that's what you want to do. When you have corrective activity in the overall markets, you want to watch what stocks have buy interest, hold higher, and right now that's Facebook, and that's hard to argue with.
All right, I saw that circle, that $44. You think it goes 44? Is Janie right? It's going to 50?
If to go to 50, it's got to get through 44. So we'll take it every step as it comes.
All right, well, there you have it. Here's what's happening with Facebook. It's at that 38, high 30 mark. Is it going to go higher? Well, Scott thinks so. That's Scott Riddler from T3, and I'm Deborah Borchardt with TheStreet.